I already see it happening before anything's even happened. The Sony ponies, fanboys, the bootlickers out there are already getting ahead of any kind of conversation to try to get an own on the chuds, which is what they try to do with every single game where there's controversy involved with it. And we have the next game they're calling the controversial game, which, you know what? I wouldn't actually disagree with that. I'd say, yeah, this probably is the next game that a lot of people are going to be focused on to see the direction it goes. I think that's fair. This comes to us from Detective Seeds, who brings up a very curious tweet. It says, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, will be the next game the Grifter Brigade goes after. And once again, they will look like they are a few fries short of a Happy Meal when it sells like crazy. So now we have not just inventing theories of what people are going to say and how they're going to react to it, but also straw mans of things that no one's even said yet. They're trying to get ahead of it, saying that it's going to outsell what you think. I'm like, well, no one's even made predictions on that yet. No, we don't know enough about the game. So I think it's funny that they're already saying this. It's like, no, I think, isn't this, by the way, before we even go on, isn't this part of the fun of the conversation to be like, hey, I enjoy talking about these video games. Here's what I would like to see in the video games that I'm opening my wallet up for to purchase. And if they aren't doing that, I won't be doing that. And I'll be making a video because it's my right to talk about what I want to talk about on this channel. Weird how they want to direct and control the conversation to only what they allow and approve of you to say. Think about that for a second, too. So I quote tweeted, I said, imagine simping for a game that barely has details just to get ahead of any criticism. Wild. Fanboys are something. And Mumi says, I mean, his right. Y'all will try to boycott this game too, lol. And I said, that's like me saying, y'all will try to defend this no matter what. It's meaningless right now. Like, we literally know nothing about it outside of a short video that looks to me like insert girl boss, but who knows? Maybe Neil Cuckman will insert a dude that takes over and kills her off in the first 5 minutes of the game and pulls a reverse Last of Us Part 2. Wouldn't that be something? Don't hold your breath for that. Mummy says, isn't he right, though? That's kind of what you guys anti-woke do. And I'm like, this is a circular argument. So I'm not even going to respond to that because that's like literally, this is what I said. This is what you, it's like we're just going back and forth on what you guys do. You're saying what we do, what you guys, what's the point of this conversation right now? We don't know enough about it. They're already trying to grift off of something that doesn't even happen yet. So I'm going to talk about it. And they're going to probably call this a grift too. But isn't that interesting? And I want people to remember a few things about this on why this game is controversial. I feel like this is actually pretty important to remind people because the bootlickers of Sony seem to already have forgotten why this was controversial in the first place. Crumbs on X, voice actor star in Naughty Dog's Intergalactic game on transgenderism. Quote, you can't just accept it. You must embrace it. With whatever the fuck this thing is with their staff hanging out. This was back in December 13th, 2024. And it said, it's no longer enough to just accept and be tolerant. They want to force you into the cult and force you to perform their rituals. Yeah, this is an immediate non-bi title. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. And you know what? Based off of the information that I have available to me right now, I am tending to agree with Grums, saying, yeah, right off the bat, I don't want anything to do with this game. Wow. That's all it takes. They're going to keep hiring these activists and keep pushing this shit over and over again until customers say, we are not buying this anymore. So speak with your wallets if that's how you feel. Again, I want to be clear. I don't call for boycotts. I just tell people how I feel about things. People are welcome to do whatever the hell they want with their own money, though. Always will say that. Here's her take. Let's hear it.
And then as far as with non-binary and transgender, I hope that we just start seeing that the future is here whether we like it or not.
The future's here. Oh, by the way, nose ring, and very coy smile. The future is here. We need to not just accept it.
We need to not just accept it, but embrace it.
This is the woke mind virus has rotted this person's brain. And now they're at the point where they're pushing it on you, where it's time to accept it. Like, this is like a call to action. To me, that's like it almost feels like violence. Like, if you don't accept it, there's going to be problems. That's what I'm hearing. She's not saying it, but that's what I'm hearing.
Embracing something and seeing not only the beauty of it in it, but the way that it contributes to the world and contributes into the way that.
No, it's propping up mental illness. It's confusing people. It's making them feel empowered and going the complete wrong direction with the world. No, I will not champion that. I will never get behind oh God, word choice. I will never agree with the idea of a dude going into a girl's locker room at the gym and saying that they're a girl. Like, no, never. That I will live my whole life and never change that. Sorry, that the future is not that. You might think it is, and you're saying the words like it is, but that's not what it is.
Anybody of any gender, race, creed, color can form their identity and can walk through the world with pride and their chin up high. Like, I think is so important for the generation coming behind us.
So you can tell right there, she wants to go for the kids. They always comes back to wanting to go for the kids. We got people who are trying to jump on this, where what am I doing? Ask yourself, even if you don't like me, you're watching this video, what am I doing? I'm presenting information about a game that is going to be sold to you. Now, I'm also giving my opinion on it too. You're welcome to disagree with that. You always are. But why these people get so mad at me is because they know at the end of the day, I'm right. And they know people are listening to me. And they're like, no, stop. Stop talking. People need to stop listening to you because that hurts our agenda. Our ideology, our cult needs to move forward together. And if there's a voice out there on the other side that's making people think about this in a different way, that's a problem. That's why they don't like me. It's not just me, by the way. There's plenty of other people out there they can't stand. Grums comes to mind. Plenty of others too, obviously. And this is a quote tweet for the Detective Seeds here for Intergalactic will be the next game to the Grifter Brigade goes after. And here we go. This nib, bunch of people I've never heard of. 6,600 followers, multi-platform owning avid game fan, read corporate bootlicker. Detective Seeds is dead on. And the snowflake grifter. So now I'm a snowflake for saying I don't want to support this game with my money. That makes me a snowflake. Are already at it with low IQ takes on folks who are excited for or positive about Intergalactic. Bro, have at it. Like, go buy your game. Go buy your slop. I'm not saying you can't do that. Why do you think I have that kind of power? I don't. None of us do. We can use our voice and say, I don't agree with this. But what the hell are you talking about? Naughty Dog have earned a level of trust. No, they haven't. They've lost it. They've lost it. Excitement and confidence based on the quality and consistency of their past output. I would argue they did at one point, but then once you wake up to realize what they're doing and how they're using games to change a social narrative, using games as the vehicle to make you be more accepting of that kind of shit, that's when you snap out of it and be like, I am not going to be lectured. Sorry. I don't care if this game experience is trying to be exciting and adventurous. Like, no, there is a buried message here that you are insidiously trying to subconsciously plant in people's brains. I see it. And I didn't see it initially, but I see it now. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Smash JT himself said The Last of Us 2 was one of the greatest games in the history of video games ever. Yes, I did. What did I just say before this, though? Oh, yeah. I snapped out of it and woke up and realized what they were doing and be like, oh, I see now. I see. Here's the other thing, by the way, I find very funny. This was 7 years ago, 8 years ago. We're working on a decade ago now. So am I not allowed to change my mind on something with new information coming to light? Over the course of a decade, when I say something, I need to just be that forever. And if I change my mind, that makes me a grifter because new information made me think about something differently and be like, oh, in fact, I'm realizing that I was wrong. And now I understand why I was wrong. And because of that, I feel like I'm a better person for it. No. I've left the cult, and they're really big bad that I left the cult because you're not allowed to go against the message, guys. Similarly, every one of Naughty Dog's recent releases has been incredibly well received. What the hell has Naughty Dog come out with since The Last of Us Part 2? Besides Last of Us 1 and 2 remade 12 times over. So it's hardly surprising people with critical thinking of fans of their work would be excited for the next project. Again, bro, be excited. I'm not telling you you can't be excited for it. Where is this straw man coming from? I am not excited for it. I'm telling people why I'm not. I don't know why you can't just be excited for it. You don't need my approval to be excited for the game, bro. I just disagree with it. That's all. Or that someone who thought their last game was one of the best games ever made would be too. The reality is now that Smash JT and others like him, which they love to do this, don't group people together. You're talking to me right now. Don't start throwing other people into this because then it weakens the argument because everyone, at least on our side, is an individual. Everyone thinks for themselves. They can't stand that too. I've had plenty of disagreements with Grums, plenty of disagreements with Hypnotic. I've even disagreed with Savvy from time to time. That's what makes this side amazing because you can actually have a conversation and be like, oh, we usually agree on stuff. I'll give you that. But when we don't, we call each other out for it. Have turned into pathetically sensitive, outrage merchant snowflake grifters. What? What are these words? Outrage merchant. Dude, why? This is such a long-winded way of just saying you disagree with what I'm saying. Gotcha. They'll berate Intergalactic incessantly. Okay, first off, I don't think I've even done that outside of pointing out a couple of things in the trailer that I didn't like, and it seemed like girl boss stuff. But even if I did, or as you said, people like me did, we're not allowed to? Now you're trying to control what people can say? What is your end game with this? This is like communism 101. You need to control other people. They're not allowed to speak out or stand out. They have to be part of the crowd. Like they do so many games that deviate from their now extremely narrow sensibilities. What, having based video games not try to insidiously inject messaging to get at the kids? That's a narrow sensibility? I just want games to be games. Why is that so hard to understand? They've become adept at doing the very thing Smash JT complained about in The Last of Us 2 review. Again, this is 8 years ago, bro. For the record, here's Naughty Dog's recent mainline output in terms of user ratings on PSN from people who bought the game. Not a site where losers can easily review bomb without playing. Okay, so if this is the case, what are you worried about? What's your concern? If these games are reviewing so well and they're so amazing, which, hold on, Last of Us 2, wasn't that the most recent one? Did Uncharted 4 come out before or after Last of Us 2? I can't remember. That might have come out. That came out after it, right? But then Last of Us, the original, Uncharted 3, Uncharted 2, how many years back are you going here, bro? So he shows an old video of me. Sure, we'll bring up my old video. Let's do it. I'm not afraid of myself. I feel like so this is 5 years ago. I think it was longer than that, but okay, we'll go with 5 years ago. Still, even if it was last year, People can change their mind. Just saying.
I feel like some people are just not being fair with the game because they're going in with a predisposition or a bias that they don't like something about the game, whether it be...
You know what's funny about this? I sound exactly like the people that I clash with right now. I used to be that. And do you guys ever, when you really grow up and realize when you were younger, when you said really cringe shit, like when you were trying to like talk to a girl and stuff like that, you look back and you're just like, what the fuck was I thinking? That's me when I look back at these older videos. Like, what the fuck was
lesbian stuff? Like, who cares? Like, whatever.
And also, by the way, I was giving Neil Cuckman the benefit of the doubt that it was an honest, just attempt at making a genuine game experience for people, until I found out more about him. And I'm like, oh, he's one of those. Okay, he's just trying to go along with the message and push the ideology. Okay. It was one of those kind of, it didn't happen overnight, but just a number of things accumulated to the point where I was just like, I get it now. I see what's wrong with this. I get it.
Like I said in my...
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
Also, they're clipping me. Well, why would you interject? Now it's clipping the clip out of context instead of just putting it all together. I think it was fine the way it was.
Man.
Who cares? Like, whatever. Like I said in my previous video, Ellie had a very jaded past, so it's kind of to be expected that her whole...
Yeah, this is all accurate, by the way. What I'm saying, you got to roll it back further and be like, why the fuck did they kill off Joel, bro? What was I thinking? That's a hell of a freeze frame.
Decision making, what's good and what's okay and what's not, it might be a little bit against what's socially normal or what's considered that this day and age. I feel like some people have this expectation that this is how life should work, and any game that isn't that is trying to push a narrative on me, and I'm not accepting of that because that's not what I believe in. Give me a freaking break. Like, honestly,
this is also, yeah, ironically, this is when I did, like, I was lost, I was confused, and I was just like, I guess this is what people do. I guess it is. And I was not being myself. And I've said this multiple times in the past too. My channel started to take off when I threw this version of me out, and I realized that people just wanted the authentic you. They didn't want what you thought they wanted to hear. They just want you. And once you're able to actually realize that and do that as a content creator, it changes your life. It's incredible. Unfortunately, not everyone's able to do that. And a lot of them turn into just forever people like who I used to be. Just a corpo bootlicker that's just like, just play the game and like it, guys. It's good. It's good. Just play it. What's wrong with it?
That is one of the most...
And good point, by the way, DSI Soup. Last of Us Part 2 broke most of us. Yeah. I mean, again, I still stand by on its own to this day. I'll say on its own in a vacuum. If there was no identity politics, if there was no agendas, if there was nothing going on behind the scenes, and it was just strictly a story on its own of a game of everything, and there was nothing being injected ever or anything like that you could find in it, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. The problem is that I'm like, no, I don't want to support companies that are pushing that kind of shit anymore. That's what changed once I realized that. That's what they can't get over. They're trying to take what I say out of context and be like, see, you admitted it's a good game. You're a grifter. It's like, well, you need to understand the fucking nuance, bro. The nuance. It's lost on these people. We'll go through the rest of this.
Driving me insane things that I could even
The graphics are really good in it. Yeah, I'll give them that.
think of. Play the game, and if you enjoy it, great. And if you don't, okay, at least you gave it a shot. But people are saying it's a bad game. No, it's just not for you.
No, it's not a bad game. It's not. It just has a lot of woke ideology injected into it. Yep. Both can be true, by the way. Was that the end of it? I guess that was the end of it. Yeah. So they're having a field day with that because they think that's like a major gotcha. And I'm like, bro, you're acting like I said that yesterday. That was 5 years ago. Have you not grown at all in 5 years where you are just the same person? That sounds awful. What kind of life is that to live? And we'll leave it at this because I think this is hysterical. These are the people that are coming at me with the I changed my mind. That makes me bad. We got another example of a bootlicker here. He already has me blocked, by the way. I don't even know anything about this guy. Hold on. Oh, pfft. His banner is Intergalactic already. And he has me blocked. This Mr. Kell's game has blocked me. Okay. Jordan's ship in Intergalactic, the Porsche 984 Tempest NDX. In the end, the same people bashing this game after its first trailer will be the ones praising it the loudest. Make up your mind, haters. Make up your mind. Are we going to bash it forever or are we going to love the game? It's like they're covering their bases so somebody's right. I know no one believes me now, but just wait. The time will come. Another Naughty Dog masterpiece awaits us. Nope. It's already woke slop with a ideological protagonist. And they followed it up with, I know a lot of people won't believe it now, but Intergalactic will go down as one of the greatest games ever made. And it will silence every doubter, hater too. And Naughty Dog, I trust. Remember this tweet. Greatness awaits us. All remember to follow me and retweet. It's a grift. It's like, oh my God. This guy thinks if I'm first one in to say it's going to be the greatest ever, people will come back to this and then read to follow me and I'll get popular because I said this. Like, bro, you're no different than the people you claim that you hate. Oh, hysterical. So yeah, this game's gonna be a field day. And I'm here for it. And you know what? They're afraid. They're afraid that our voices are being heard. And they can't stop that. And it's glorious. They can hate at me all they want. It doesn't affect me. They should know by now. I have people DMing me being like, bro, how do so many people hate you? It's like, because I don't care that they hate me. And it makes them so much more mad at me. Oh, it's glorious. But we'll see. I can't wait to see what comes out next for Intergalactic. This is going to be fun. I'll leave that there.